Cyndi Wilkens was a young wife, had a couple of children. She was a business manager. Just another day in Halling Landing, Ontario. Suddenly she got real sick, thought maybe it was a bad flu, ended up in the hospital, and her life would change forever. Now, Cyndi's story is one of incredible pain. Her hands and feet had to be amputated. But this is one amazing story. And we've also got her special man here, Mark, her husband. I welcome both of you to 100 Huntley Street.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
You know, we're just a couple days away from Valentine's Day, so we wanted to bring in a couple of sweeties today. And now your marriage was not always going well, Cyndi.
No, we had a tough first 10 years. We faced disconnection in our marriage. We faced infertility. Difficulty having children,
right.
And really didn't feel, I don't think that we were really on the same page. We didn't really have God in our marriage, did we?
Well, we didn't have God in our marriage at that time, for sure. And we were focused on our careers and different levels of fulfillment. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure our marriage would have survived through everything that we went through. But you know, God brought us together through a tremendous story, as you know.
So, Cyndi, women, they want to have children. Most women do. That was a dream of you, getting married. Yeah, reading in your book, Shine On, amazing book. You were thinking of the wedding day, and then you're going to be a mom. So you married this handsome young man, but you couldn't get pregnant. How devastating was that to you?
That was the darkest period of my life. I would go to work and everybody would have babies and bring them in, and I would just not say a word. I'd go home and cry and cry, and I really didn't know how to deal with the big ache in my heart and the hole that was laying there. And I would think of things like making it end, just taking my life and ending it here. But I loved God still. And I couldn't do it. And I kept going, and then we decided to try adoption. Right. And all the pain disappeared the moment we held our daughter.
Yeah, and Mark, it's quite an amazing story. It was a young lady down in Florida.
Right.
And as I'm reading in the book, and I guess that's one of those things because I kind of knew how this ended, but you're not sure, is she going to change her mind? She didn't change her mind, and you get this beautiful little girl. Tell me about how that was and bringing Sienna home to Canada.
Well, it was a lot of work for us because it's not typical for Canadians to adopt from the United States, and every state had different laws and processes, and Cyndi mostly navigated all those things herself, and then we went down there and we were in the delivery room, and Cyndi cut the cord, and I held the birth mother's hand at birth, and it was very intense. And then bringing her across the border, we felt a major victory, if you will, that we finally had our daughter with us.
And then you added a son.
Yes, it wasn't an easy road again. We tried adoption attempts and they failed. We tried to adopt and a company went bankrupt, and then we tried a specialized IVF procedure in Argentina, and we got pregnant.
Yeah, we were told that was the place to go if you wanted to work. And it did.
It did. Amen, yeah. So you're living your life. You got 2 kids. Obviously, Cyndi is now happy. Life is going on. Then she gets sick.
Right.
Tell me about that.
So when our son was about 3 months old, he had the croup. He was very ill, and Cyndi was taking him back and forth from the hospital. And she all of a sudden started contracting what we thought was the flu. And it became very bad, and one thing led to another. Cyndi had to be taken to the hospital by ambulance. And by the time I got to the hospital, a few hours later, the doctor said that we need to induce your wife in a medical coma so her body can fight for her life. And she's probably not going to live.
Yeah, they're giving you like the worst case scenario here.
They said she's probably not going to live, and you should call all your family and friends who would want to say goodbye to her tonight.
Wow. Well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to talk about what you went through. And in a future program, Cyndi, we're going to get your side, and we'll get a little bit here as well. But Mark is in this 5.5-week period where his wife is in a coma, And there's a spiritual component to this too. We'll pick up the story when we come back.